You are not different. It is so easy to believe that I am different than other people who can conquer binge eating. The people who conquer binge eating have something different that I don't have. They must just be lucky. Or they are able to conquer their binge eating because they don't work 10-hour days. They're able to conquer binge eating because they don't have kids. They are able to conquer binge eating because they don't have other health issues where they need to restrict their food. They are able to conquer binge eating because they must know some secret solution that I don't know. Hey, Allison. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Steffi. It's so easy to believe I'm different. It's so easy to believe other people can conquer binge eating, but I can't. They must just be lucky. They're able to conquer binge eating because they don't struggle with their weight. They're able to stop their binge eating because they must just know more than me. And that is not true. The people who simply conquer binge eating believe that they can conquer. Period. The people who conquer binge eating don't have excuses. Because it's really easy to make excuses and say, well, the reason I'm not stopping my binge eating is because, I have other health issues, so I kind of have to restrict, so maybe I can't have food freedom. BS. Because I was once there. When I was on my journey to healing my relationship with food, I had other gut issues. I had to somewhat restrict. I couldn't just eat whatever the heck I wanted because I needed to be mindful of my gut health. And I got sucked into this trap where I was like, well, everyone else is conquering binge eating. Everyone else is making more progress than me because they can just go to the restaurant and eat whatever they want. And I can't. I somewhat had to restrict. And I asked myself, how is that serving me? How is this belief serving me? And it wasn't. It just kept me stuck. It just kept me self-sabotaging because when you believe that other people have something that you don't, self-sabotage happens. You're like, well, they can do it and I can't, so I'm just going to binge today. Well, they can do it and I can't, so I'm just going to binge one more time. And I had a breakthrough moment. Because on my journey, when I would see people conquering, I sometimes would doubt myself. And I sometimes would say, maybe they know more than me. Maybe they're just lucky. Maybe they can do it, but for me, maybe I can't. Maybe I'm just in this love-hate relationship with binging and I like it too much even though I hate it, but I kind of like it. So maybe I don't want to give it up. So maybe other people can conquer, but I can't. And I had to stop myself in that moment. And I said, what if I was not different? What if I could be the person that conquers just like these other people? What if they didn't have anything special? What if they didn't know more than me? What if I could literally be that person too that conquers? And I said, you know what? I'm going to try on this belief. Because believing that I'm different and believing that I can't conquer is literally not serving me. So I said, okay, I'm going to try on this belief. I'm going to try on this belief that I'm not different. That I know just as much as other people. I'm going to believe that I can too conquer binge eating. And the moment that I decided to try on this belief that I can do this, that I am worthy of a binge-free life, that I can make it happen, that I'm not different than other people, was when I started seeing progress with my relationship with food. The only difference between somebody who conquers binge eating and somebody who doesn't is literally their belief in themselves. You guys hear me talking about this so much because it was so profound in my journey. When you believe that you can conquer binge eating, you show up differently. You're willing to try out the different tools. You're willing to show up, and you're willing to try out the tools because you know that they can make a big difference in your life. Hey, Megan. Megan's one of my membership clients. When you believe that you can transform your relationship with food, you try out the tools that they're going to change your life, and they do change your life. But when you have this belief of like, well, it's probably not going to work. Well, I'm probably not going to stop my binge eating. You're not going to not give in to your urges. You're going to be like, I'm just going to give in because I'm probably not going to stop. Oh, there's not even a point of like trying out this one tool because I'm probably going to binge tomorrow. There's not even a point of celebrating myself today that I didn't binge because I'm probably going to binge tomorrow. That keeps you stuck. You are not different. You are not different. The moment that you decide that I can conquer binge eating just like everyone else is the moment that you're going to start showing up better for yourself, taking action, not giving into your urges, practicing the tools, building up self-trust, and then the evidence is going to be there for why you can conquer binge eating. I had that pivotal moment for myself in 2019 when I decided, like, I am going to stop believing that everyone else can conquer except for me. And I'm going to believe that I'm the one. I'm going to believe that I can do this. I'm going to believe that I am going to conquer. And literally that shift made the biggest difference for me. Because every day I showed up like I was making progress. Every day I showed up with like this level of excitement that healing my relationship with food is possible. I started to believe that I can change my relationship with food. It does not matter if you struggled with binge eating for 5 years, for 10 years, for 20, 30, 40 plus years. Are you letting that be an excuse for why you can't conquer? It's easy to say, well, she can conquer, but I've struggled since I was 5 years old. So maybe I just can't conquer because I've had these diet culture thoughts in my head for way too long. That's not true. Somebody can struggle with binge eating for 40 years and have that belief of like, oh, I struggled with binge eating for way too long. Like it's going to be too hard to change and they're not going to stop binge eating. Compared to somebody else who struggled for 40 years and they're like, okay, I've had an unhealthy relationship with food for 40 years and I'm ready to change and I believe that I can change and I believe that a healthy relationship with food is possible. I'm worthy of it. I deserve it. I'm ready to make this happen. And guess what? They stop their binge eating. It actually does not matter how long you struggle with binge eating for. It matters what you choose to do today. You guys have seen so many, I've been celebrating so many of my clients. One of my clients messaged me. She said, 34 days binge free. I just posted on my Instagram story today. She's like, Lorna, I can't even believe it. 34 days binge free. She's like, you know, I've never been able to go a few weeks without binging. And now I'm like 34 days binge free. Like my life just feels completely different. Why? Why did that happen for her? Because she decided. Because she decided to believe in herself. She decided to join my program and believe that it was possible for her. And I know the people that are going to conquer. Like when she messaged me before she joined my program, I just know the people that are going to conquer. She's like, I am so done with binging. Like binging, that's not a way to live. Like I'm done with that. I'm ready to start living my life. And when she sent me that message, I just knew, I'm like, you're going to conquer. Like I just know. I just know. Because the way you speak to yourself, the way you believe in yourself or you don't believe in yourself is what determines whether you conquer binge eating or you don't. Where are you believing that there is some magic magical solution that everyone else knows except for you? Where are you believing that like just everyone else can do it except for you? And that's not true. That's not true with anything in life. The people who get what they want is simply because they believe that they can get what they want, so they make it happen. It's easy to stay in this belief of, but it's harder for me. Oh no, but like, you don't understand. Like, you know, well, I also have these health issues, so like it's not as easy for me. Oh, but you don't understand. Like, I've been struggling with this since I was 7 years old. I do understand. But the people who conquer don't let that hold themselves back. The people who conquer don't let that be an excuse for why they can't conquer. They see that as an opportunity to conquer, because I don't want to keep struggling. If you struggle with this since you were 7 years old, it's like those people see this as like an opportunity of like, okay, awareness, I've been struggling with this since I was 7 years old and I'm ready to change. Do you see the difference in somebody's mindset? Somebody can say, I've been struggling with this. I've been struggling with binge eating since I was 7 years old, and it's going to be so challenging, and like it's going to be so hard because I have all these crazy diet culture thoughts, and like I've spent my whole life dieting. It's going to be so challenging. Compared to somebody else who's like, I've struggled with this since I was 7 years old, and I don't want this to control my life anymore. I don't want to be thinking about food all day long. I'm ready to change my life. And that person goes and conquers binge eating. Stop believing that other people are different than you. They're not different. They just decided to change. They just decided to get the proper support. They just decided to not let anything hold themselves back. They just decided that they were somebody who is going to make this happen. Because everyone's going to have their unique struggles, whether you have PCOS and you do need to restrict a little bit. Maybe you have 5 kids, or maybe you work long hours, or maybe you're in the middle of moving. How easy is it to be like, oh, well, like I can't conquer because like I'm in the middle of moving, or I'm traveling this month. One client that I'm working with inside of the Ditch Decade Diets Academy, she was just moving. And she didn't let that stop her. Of course, things are going to look different when there's different periods of your life. You know, she didn't really have a kitchen at the time. She was living like in a trailer. But she didn't say, oh, I'm moving, so like I guess this month I'm not going to make progress with my relationship with food. She showed up in the best way that she could. She showed up to the coaching calls when she was able to. She watched the replays when she was able to. She was still able to implement some of the tools, because she's not letting that be an excuse for why she can't conquer. I have another client that I'm working with inside of the academy, and even somebody in the membership, they're both pregnant. And how easy is it to be like, oh, but I'm pregnant, so like, I can't really, I don't know, like I'm getting cravings because I'm pregnant, but like, is that cravings because I'm actually craving something, or is it pregnancy cravings? Like, it's so easy to be like, oh, well, like maybe, you know, maybe this isn't a good time, or like, you know, other people can conquer because like they can use the tools better. And it's like, no. This client inside of my membership, she's like, I am so glad that I'm doing this work now to heal my relationship with food, so that when I do have my baby, I can be such a good example, and I can be a good mom, and I can have a healthy relationship with food, and be an example of what that looks like. So you can either use these things as excuses for why you can't conquer, or you can see it as an opportunity for you to conquer. You are not different from everyone else. There is not a secret answer out there that you just don't know. The secret quotations, the secret answer is believing in yourself, showing up, and taking action on the tools that you know that you know. You know what to do. You know you shouldn't be giving into your urges. You know you should be having more satisfying meals. You know you should be honoring your cravings. You know you got to release your food rules. You know the importance of satisfying meals. You know this. Hey, Sharon, you know what to do. But where are you believing that, oh no, it can't be that. It can't be that. Like there must be some other magical solution. There is not another magical solution. The magical, quote unquote, the magical solution to you stopping your binge eating is showing up, getting the support, implementing the tools, believing in yourself. That will transform your relationship with food far faster than believing, oh, other people are different or they have some magical solution. No, they don't have a magical solution. They're just taking action. They're practicing not giving into their urges. They're building up the self-trust. They've released their food rules. They believe in themselves. They're practicing not giving into their urges. Even when it feels scary, even when it feels hard, they are showing up and they're taking action. When you are overthinking, or when you are believing that you're different, or when you're letting excuses get in the way, that is slowing progress versus saying, I am not going to let anything get in my way. I want to stop binge eating. I'm going to show up for myself. I'm going to believe that I can do this. And you actually conquer. You are not different. You are not different. You are not different. You believe you can conquer binge eating, and you will show up. You will utilize the tools. You will take action, and you will absolutely conquer binge eating. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Because in life, it's easy to believe they can have that because XYZ. Oh, they live this life because XYZ. Oh, she has this life because XYZ. Oh, she has a healthy relationship with food because of XYZ. No, she just has a better relationship with food because she put in the work. She just has a better relationship with food because she decided to believe in herself. She just has a better relationship with food because she got support. You are not different. You are not different. You are not different. You are not different. Drop that in the chat. I am not different. I don't care if you're watching this on the live or the replay. Drop in the chat. I am not different. You believe that? I'm no different. They can conquer, so can I. Instead of looking at somebody who has conquered binge eating and say, like, she conquered, but like, I can't, see this as an opportunity. Yes, Brittany, I'm not different. See this as an opportunity of like, she conquered, that gives me evidence for why I can conquer. Do you see the difference? When you see somebody who's where you want to be, maybe you've seen me and you're like, oh, well, like you can travel the world and like eat whatever you want because, oh, you're in this body, or like, oh, because like you have this life or whatever. You can keep believing that. Or you can say, I'm not any different. She can do it, and that is proof of why I can do it. She is proof. And this is why I love sharing stories of my clients who conquered binge eating. I'm actually doing a podcast episode today with one of my clients who is binge free. I'm bringing her on the podcast today, and she's going to be sharing her journey, and I'm so excited. But the reason I bring these clients on and share their journey is not just for you to be like, oh, that's nice for them, like good for them. No, to be like, this person was where you are. They were there 6 months ago. And because they took the action and they believed in themselves and they did XYZ thing, now they're here, and that could be you too. I am showing you what's possible to be like they are not different than you. They just decided that they could conquer. They just chose to believe in themselves. That's the difference. That's the difference. They're not lucky. They don't know more than you. They're not smarter than you. They just literally decided, I'm the one who's going to conquer binge eating, and they make it happen. So you are not different, you are not different, you are not different, you are not different. Say this to yourself, I am not different, I am not different, I am the one, I can conquer. You keep repeating that to yourself. You show up like you were the person that's going to conquer binge eating, and you absolutely will. So thank you for joining me today. Have the most fabulous rest of your day. I believe in you. I believe in you. You are not different. And have an amazing rest of your day, you guys. Bye.